Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. A very good day to all of us, distinguished participants and committee of KL Geo Hydro 2020. It is to me an honor to be part of the event. Thank you for inviting us to deliver our presentation here. Here we prepare a presentation video to make the best preparation for the event. Of course, we are very keen to attend physically, but I don't think the health protocol at the moment allows that from happening. So let's go directly to the presentation. We are going to talk about satellite-derived bathymetry, or abbreviated as SDB. So here it is. In preparing this talk, I collaborate with prominent who are actively involved in the industry. We have here Dr. Thomas Hege from EOMAP and Captain Oke Pribadi from the Indonesian Hydrographic Office. The purpose of our presentation is to report our present work on the exploration of the growing attention of SDB, particularly in Indonesia. Yeah. And we put a specific interest being the promotion of initiative for the development of guidelines in quality assurance. These working materials are primarily originated from SDG related publications in the very recent years. In particular, we look into several SDB tests carried out in Indonesian water. And prior to getting into the specific elaboration of SDB application, we will present a brief review on the relevant basic terms. In this instance, we have the depth, the bathymetry, and then we are going to show you the generic workflow of getting into bathymetric information from depth point data. So we shall start now with the understanding of depth and bathymetry. Yeah. Depth describes the vertical separation between points on the seabed with respect to the sea surface. Yeah. In nautical chart, depths refer to a reference plane. Yeah, here we have the chart datum. And on the other end, yeah, if you have the depth here, on the other end here, bathymetry is the geometrical presentation of the seabed. Yeah, it shows the shape of the seabed geometrically. So, and since the bathymetry is the derivative of depth data points that go through the process of interpolation and grading, so consequently the accuracy would degrade systematically, yeah, because of the cycle of processes in producing that. Yeah. As per to date, we know that depth data can be acquired by various means. Yeah, sonar system on the very left-hand side here, yeah, such as multi-beam echo sounder and its peripherals, is known to be the well-established technique in collecting depth data. However, in a shallow and non-navigable water, yeah, alternate methods such as light detection and ranging, or LiDAR, yeah, and SDB offer advantageous options. While LiDAR here is subject to economic scale, SDB would economically be efficient, yeah, in our opinion, at any scale of product. Unfortunately, SDB is subject to issues on the resolution, yeah, here, the coverage, yeah, and the vertical accuracy, yeah, and ways in improving SDB product, particularly the vertical accuracy, would need comprehensive and integrated understanding of the governing variables. Yeah. At this point, it is necessary to develop standardized guideline on general instructions and measure of performance in preparing SDB products. As a matter of fact, demand in procuring shallow water bathymetry is increasing. On the other side, more imagery is accessible, user-friendly, and computing tools has been made available. Yeah. So this means that this enables better access of public to work with SDB. Yeah. During the latest 3 years, the internet resources on SDB have continually doubled compared to the 2 previous trienniums. Yeah, in particular in Indonesia. Yeah, this could be seen as a sign on the accessibility of SDB technology by public, such as academics, private companies, and governmental agencies. Our exploration to these materials reveal that there have been numerous tests and applications of algorithm for generating bathymetric map from optical satellite imagery. We could conclude here that the general workflow of such tests seemed to indicate coherence. However, the use of imagery, the applied techniques, and the claimed accuracy of the corresponding results do vary. Yeah, here we see that, for example, here, yeah, there are numbers of options for imagery. The same goes to the claim accuracy. Yeah, it claims from the best accuracy here 0.25 meters up to 6 meters. Yeah, if we go deeper, maximum depth of penetration of the SDB. Yeah, it is reported up to 40 meters. Yeah, and the methods used here is band ratio, physics-based, and some report also shows how machine learning works. Yeah. And the calibration has been done more by a single beam echo sounder data, yeah, in particular in Indonesia. Yeah. At least we haven't seen any calibration utilizing multi-beam data. The datum, yeah, the vertical datum, most of the time is not known actually, but some report mention that they are using MSL, low water level, or sometimes claim that they are attached to national chat datum. Yeah, the training data used for the calibration, yeah, it is some 6%, yeah, at the minimum. Some ad hoc approach even not require any training data, yeah, and the maximum training data used in the test is 75%. Yeah. So in the case of test of SDB in the Indonesian waters, we could observe that there are range of SDB performance. Yeah, in this instance, the accuracy here on the right hand side, and root mean square error, yeah, and its relation to the maximum depth. Yeah, so here we see that it can reach up to 40 meters depth. Yeah, and the shallowest would be here, yeah, in Tanjung Priok. Yeah, I think most of you know Tanjung Priok is very near to Jakarta. Yeah, the water is very turbid. Yeah, Morotai, yeah, is in the eastern part of Indonesia. Very clear water. Yeah, very nice environment there. Yeah. So the best accuracy is reported within 0.5 meters. Yeah, in the very shallow water, and degrades with increasing depth. Yeah. We also see here that the root mean square error, yeah, is typically used, yeah, to represent the uncertainty of the result. Here we have the calculation of RMSE. Some is using TVU, yeah, not TVU in the sense of S44 compliance of sounding data, but it is more on the percentage of data within the allowable TVU. Yeah. To this end, the very recent and contributing application of SDB in Indonesia has been the inclusion of its product for delineating shallow area in a published nautical chart. Yeah, this is a very nice material we get from the Indonesian Hydrographic Office. So the typical production flow is the derivation of the depth from the imagery. Yeah, in this case, we are using Sentinel-2 image. And from these depth points, contours are generated. In addition to that, yeah, they made a delineation, yeah, of area to distinguish that this part has been generated from SDB data. Yeah, this is a very specific, strong annotation mentioning that the area is produced from SDB data. Yeah. It is not so very many readings on this, but our colleagues in the Indonesian Navy is referring to the IHO B11, which is the GEPCO cookbook, and IHO S4. Yeah, so synthesizing information from those readings, they have been proposing to use it the way it is presented here. So with SDB product, it is hence possible to update existing charts, yeah, where shoals have been previously not identified and shown in the published chart. For example, here, yeah, before the SDB inclusion, no shoals are identified here, yeah. And since shoals are identified from the SDB data, it is then presented here. Yeah. It should be, however, noted that SDB product cannot be used to cancel out or remove shoal area. That means areas or shoal areas that has been shown in the chart cannot be canceled out by SDB data. Yeah. Areas with existing shallows that have previously been published will remain even if SDB does not seem to obviously detect that. Yeah. So I think this is a very strong constraint in involving SDB data in the nautical chart. Yeah. From these various results of test and application, we list here all aspects contributing to the assuring the quality of SDB. This includes particularly the fundamental knowledge of optical imaging of bathymetry, as well as the standardized workflow that involves image acquisition, processing, and validation. It should be bear in mind that satellite products are subject to heterogeneous error. Yeah, there are many sources of error, for example, here from the atmosphere, from the sea state itself, the turbidity, the sea floor, influence from the adjacent land, and many others. Yeah, even the same area captured by the same sensor indicate differences, yeah, in the visual appearance, and we believe that this is coming from the environmental forcings. So that's why correction of environmental impacts on satellite data would increase the data quality, and that's why it needs a clear understanding on that particular parameters. In this case, QA procedure shall intervene data evaluation and processing. Yeah. Knowledge on the data, such as the selection of suitable imagery and data quality used in generating SDB, is hence very essential. Yeah. Furthermore, the processing of data would depend on the complexity of the procedure applied. Yeah. At least it goes through data evaluation, yeah, understanding the data, and then strategizing how the data is processed. Yeah, numbers of options available from the simplest, yeah, advanced, and even more complex. Yeah, this simple has been widely used, yeah, because of the simplicity, of course, yeah, by using band ratios and then make regional calibration, application of machine learning. A better processing involve physical corrections of various sources of errors, yeah, and more complex data processings integrate the multiple satellite imagery, yeah, and then external data assimilation, and then error modeling. Yeah, I think this is a very advanced technique that which is also proven to improve the accuracy of the prediction. Following the assurance of the selected optical imagery, calibration data, yeah, this is the calibration data, and each of the steps in the workflow in generating SDB contribute to the total uncertainty. For instance, here, when we generate this calibration, yeah, by using in situ depth, yeah, we separate usually some percentage for the training and another percentage for the validation, yeah, and at the end, the produced bathymetry, yeah, will be having the total accumulation of the uncertainty throughout this process, yeah, from the generation of the depth points and then the generation of the contour that has been gone through triangulative method and interpolation and gridding. Yeah. To end our presentation, I would like to extend that uncertainties are again contributed by many sources. Yeah, in this instance, the satellite recording conditions, data analysis procedure, in situ depth data, data calibration or data training, generation of depth points, and of course, the generation of the bathymetric contours itself. That's why guidelines for quality assurance of SDB products shall consider several concerns. Yeah, here at least we list some of them. Yeah, the time of acquisition, yeah, the vertical datum, the correction of tide, the percentage and distribution of sample for the training or calibration, the correction level of the environmental condition, such as benthic cover, water column, turbidity in particular, yeah. And then, of course, the integration level of data sources and data processing strategy. On this particular matter, I would like to kindly invite series of sessions for further discussion. So let's discuss this. And if allowable, we perhaps could draft an alpha version of SDB QA documents and then circulate it among experts and users. Yeah. So with this, I would like to end my presentation and thank you very much for your kind attention. Salam sejahtera. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon you.